Oh, the mess. The drone shop of horrors. The inventions, the unfinished projects. Today, folks, it's Joe, the guy with the tiny microphone, and I just wanted to walk you through the setup of a LiDAR unit. This guy right here, just an M300 Rtk from DJI, set up with 2 controllers. The foam cutout, put it on underneath just so you don't damage the top of your drone. I've already mounted the base plate. It has 2 different size or 2 different height of these cap screws. Very straightforward, and how to figure it out. The shorter ones go on the front, longer ones go on the back, and those are the ones that are supplied with the actual unit. Okay, just unbox the LiDAR in its hard case, and we're going to go ahead and pop this guy out. You see it has that sort of that wedge shape there. That slides into there, and you want the antenna mast facing the front of the drone. It just clicks in like so. Got to go over that little strobe light, push it in until you hear a really good click. Okay. I'm going to pop the LiDAR, the main LiDAR unit out of the case, and you can see it's got those little cutouts right there on the back. You might have to flip it around a few times. It's where the SD card and the USB-C is. And then you can see these little studs that pop out here, and those sort of lugs, and it's just what I want to do is pop those out of the way. Remember those little cutouts? Really straightforward. They just slide. Make sure they pick up nice and it's really solid. You'll know. So it's in there, and then we pop these in, and if you feel a lot of resistance, you're not lined up, they go in very easy. Okay, now it's safe to put the legs on the drone and flip it over, and we'll get to the rest of it. That guy can come off. And there we go. Underneath, I'm going to put the protective cover back on. Okay, now we want to plug in the mast and the other chummy hoodler here. We'll start with the GPS mast. In like so. Down like that, and it bottoms out right in there. There's a little receiver for it. Take off the cap. When you take off the cap, do it right. Push that in and turn it all the way and then down. There is a problem with this. If you ever see that it's not straight, well, you know what I mean, side to side like that, horizontal to the front of the ship, you're not going to be able to mount anything, camera or the LiDAR adapter or anything. So what you have to do is press the button here and gently touch that and move it back until it's horizontal with reference to the front of the ship, if that makes sense. And this is just the same that you're used to with, you know, an L1 or P1. Oh, did I say L1? The P1 or any of the other payloads. Getting back to the mast, let's just make sure we tighten that off. It wouldn't even fall out, but there we go. Not too crazy. Just tight enough to hold it, okay? The next is the cable routing, and I've struggled with finding out exactly what is best, but I definitely did it wrong once. The techs at Geosun, just from a picture, were able to tell me that I was doing it wrong because it was laying over top of the lens up here a little bit. And just moving the ship to the side, we've got the 2 connectors that we have to put in. One's the antenna, one's the control adapter. Just line the antenna up carefully, the GPS antenna, and just pick up your threads. Sometimes it helps to go backwards when you're trying to thread it and then go forwards, obviously turning to the right. And if you have a lot of resistance, you've done something wrong. You should just slide it nice. There we go, click. And you can see I've just sort of dummied in the control adapter, and that's not what you want. And in this case, I've come over the top of the antenna mast extension and then down. I'm still inside the landing gear leg. And then that way you can line up. There's a teeny tiny lug right here. And there's the receiving lug in there as well. Match the 2 up. Just push it in. He said, Oh, I just had to hold this while I push this in. You don't want to strain the suspension here. So just support it, push that in. You'll get a very positive click, and the dot should line up like that. You can see there's zero gap there, so perfect. And don't be a Joe and go flying with the lens cap on. So take that guy off, throw it in your kit. Oh, lastly, just go through all the parts, make sure everything went together properly, make sure you're not covering the lens. I think I'm probably gonna change that up a little bit, and then just maybe temporary zap strap there. Everything's together, ready to go. Triple check everything before you go flying. Super easy setup. All right, everybody, thanks for riding along with Joe today from Agile Drone Services, setting up the most Gs100 V LiDAR scanning system from Geosun underneath that M300 Rtk. We'll be flying this one tomorrow, making some money. Very impressed with the Geosun and all the support that they've been giving me. Have a great day.